Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode of Rebirth Island. Let's get into it. Now herbivores have claimed their dominance once more. You can even see a sleeping triceratops near the now sadly deceased river. Sure, herbivores now have a lot more numbers after the death of the Indominus and the D-Rex, but that does not mean in any way that they are not the only animals on this island. Boss is back with us and he starts off his new reign with a surprise attack. Now, this Pachycephalosaurus is only young, because obviously the size, but obviously it was a pretty easy kill because of, surprise attack. But you must be wondering, where's Stripe and Camo? Well, they're not here yet, they're back at the nest still. The other carnivores are still trying to establish their territory still after the whole kerfuffle of the D-Rex and the Indominus making carnivores bow to them or go in hiding. So they're pretty lost. He carries on feasting. Meanwhile, on the forest floor, an Archaeopteryx lands to collect some ants with food. He hops around, obviously not being able to walk how you'd expect, but he hops and he glides off into a tree. Pretty good timing too, because as soon as he leaves, a Rugops shows up. Think of these guys as the Utah Raptors, really, because obviously the Utah Raptors are kind of in a crisis at the moment. Now, it's not only small animals that live in these forests. So, Parasaurolophus, decently large, and it's a hadrosaur too. Hadrosaur is a duck-billed type of dinosaur, if you didn't know that already, or if you're, new to the dinosaurs, well, species names and all that. Well, yeah, now you know. You must be wondering, why are all the leaves dead? Well, it's because of one reason. Winter's starting to set in. And because of this, obviously the leaves are dying and animals are starting to try find warmer areas. This para has got his own home now. And you can tell it's a male because of the bright coloration on its crest. But sadly, his life will come short. A large male, the Spino'sToymovies, well actually female, emerges from the forest and they begin in a fight. Now, you may think that herbivores are just carnivore snacks, but no, herbivores could fight, especially large ones like Parasaurolophus. And as you can see, he's holding his own. Sure, not winning, but he's trying his best. Or is he? Because it seems like the female is being pushed back. He got thrown to the floor after his neck being broken by the female. Now, she feasts. Now the ecosystem is a lot more balanced. Now that the herbivores, the hybrids and mutants are now gone. There is only one hybrid now, and it's Christopher. And even he is near the bottom of the food chain. Something's approaching, and the female has to leave because she is tired. That something was a Utahraptor. This is a female, and as you know, like I just said, they're going through a species crisis at the moment. They're losing numbers quick because of Dilophosaurus and other medium-sized apexes. The males are tiger stripes, and the females are a lot more dull in coloration. This is just a lone female. She gets her full, but it's too risky to stay out in the open like this. And she goes off into the wilderness. Meanwhile, in the grasslands, we see 4 herbivores. One is a oh yeah, there is a Pachycephalosaurus here. I meant Pachyrhinosaurus. They're all grazing, but why are they all together like this? Well, they met in a herd, then got separated from the herd, and now are lost. The Patchy lays down for a minute, and the other Patchy ventures off, while the Para gets up from trying to scrub dirt off his body before going to the graze somewhere else. And the Brack, the baby one at least, is just grazing too. But in another area, we see 3 Dimetrodons. Just waiting until the water comes back again, because obviously that was only a little dribble earlier. One moves away, and a larger one moves in to move out of the pond, or the dried up pond. Why? Because the mud is very clingy. In other words, if you get stuck in here, there's no chance you're getting out. The only chance you have is if you have splayed feet, like a Tyrannosaurus or Giganotosaurus. Not like the Dimetrodons. Although everything is a lot more balanced now, that doesn't mean kills don't occur. Stripe has attacked the Dimetrodon, and the Dimetrodon is now sinking in the mud. Now stuck and helpless, Camo moves in. Now you must be thinking, oh, didn't you say that everything is now balanced now and there's going to be less killings? Well, yes, I did. And obviously, as I just said earlier, the carnivores are still establishing their dominance in some areas. That's why there's a lot more carnivore on carnivore violence at this point, and also carnivore and herbivore, because obviously they need to the carnivores need to stock up on as much food as possible. So that's why the Dilophosaurus family has taken down 2 herbivores. I mean, well, 1 carnivore, 2 herbivores. I mean, 1 herbivore, wow. Because they're going to store it in their den just to eat, because obviously a lot of herbivores will die during the winter when it snows, because there'll be a lack of grass. And a lot of illness too. They also need to establish their territories, so that's why they're attacking a lot of other carnivores, because they're in their territory. Camo runs off. Meanwhile, back in the forest, we see a Euophocephalus. The Euophocephalus has found a patch of mossy grass and is feasting. But when he looks up from his food, there is a Uterannus. You may think that the Uterannus is winning, but he's launched by the Euophocephalus's club tail, and the Uterannus bites down on the top of the neck, but its jaw isn't wide enough to wrap around it to snap, and this gives the Euophocephalus the chance to finish him off with a cut of grass. I hope I pronounced that right. The Euophocephalus has won, but he now has to move the Uterannus away from its feeding patch. That fight was a very loud one. That is not good at all in these forests, because these forests are very, very jam-packed with animals. You would not even believe it. Mostly the small carnivores that hunt in packs or medium. What was that? Whatever it was big. It was the largest Carnotaurus on the island. One of the largest carnivores on the island too, after the death of Rex. His name? Scar. He's called Scar because of the scar across his face he got from a fight with a Triceratops when he was at least 15 years of age. Well, in human years, that is. He lays down next to his prey, exhausted, because he's been stalking this Euophocephalus for at least 5 hours now. But a herbivore we haven't seen in a while. The Stegosaurus. This plant, you remember it from the last episode. It's a type of evergreen plant. This is very good. But still, for some odd reason, the leaves don't grow back after a while. And considering this is an evergreen, and a lot of the herbivores here can eat this plant, he might as well make the most of it. Because obviously, soon herds of Brachiosaurus and Apatosaurus and maybe Titanosaurus, or even Argentinosaurus, we don't actually have a status on them yet, will come swarming in and eat it all. But the thing is, this plant is so large, if we take a look inside, it's almost like an entire forest in here. And that means it's the perfect hiding space for small baby dinosaurs, such as this baby Argent. And you can already see what we meant by it's an evergreen, but the plants take ages to grow back. This whole patch was eaten, and it's slowly growing back after guess how many years? Just take a guess. 2 years. But our prediction was on the dot, because after like 30 minutes, soon tons and tons of herbivores surround this humongous plant, the Brachiosaurus, to reach the top fruits and leaves. From dinosaurs ranging from small and almost unseeable to gigantic fighters, iguanodons to other hadrosaurs, Pachycephalosaurus to Stegosaurus, all ages health, injured, or even just newly born and just walking with their parents. Everything is here, thriving in one. All from different time periods. But how did this happen? If we're completely honest with you, we do not know. It's a time paradox, really. And that's what we still believe. And how did we even find this island if that's the case? It just appears and leaves. Well, obviously, we were trying to find a place that was suitable to film an animal documentary, but we found this island, so we thought that it was just a normal island. Then we entered the jungles and seen dinosaurs. We immediately asked the BBC if we could publish what we found, but they immediately declined, thinking that it was fake. So we decided to pick YouTube instead. We found this island in roughly 2005. And we've been living on this island for many years. We watched this Brachiosaurus grow up, this Triceratops be born, and a whole herd forming. Meanwhile, in a different part of the forest, we see two small lizards. One incredibly spiky, the other smooth. They look like Ankylosaurus, but aren't. These are burrowers, and they're trying to find their small burrow underneath the leaves before their finder finds them. But it's too late. It's a small Therizinosaurus. Now, Therizinosaurus, although mainly herbivoric, did I say what? Take two. Therizinosaurus, although mainly herbivore and a plant eater and fruits and all that, they still, if they're not, old enough and tall enough to reach the more lush, not really eaten, the leaves, they'll more of resort to small lizards. Their sharp claws can cut open the bellies of them so they can get to the more juicy flesh. He's never ate this lizard before, so he's kind of investigating its hard shell, seeing if he can crack it open. But sadly, he can't, so he drags his meals away. Just in time too, because Stripe emerges. He almost instantaneously finds the dead lizard and tries to pick it up without biting into the spiky shell. He's dropped it, so he goes in and tries to pick it up again. He just gives up then, in frustration, because he's not doing the best when it comes to the food chain now. For Blueback, not Blue, the raptor from Jurassic World, went somewhere. We don't know, but he's somewhere. But he has emerged from this forest at the wrong time. They're not all staring at Stripe. No. If you thought the threat of poachers was over, you'd be so wrong. Luckily, these two vehicles are only parked. But where's the driver? One driver is currently dead in that car because obviously the cats just stabbed him with the beak. The other one got away with a bunch of weapons too. In the bushes, there's a sniper with also an assault rifle. the bullet. Luckily, it missed Stripe because he was playing dead to try seem like not a threat to the herbivores. But he runs either way after hearing the collision of the bullet. The Therizinosaurus has been shot for its claws and feathers, and another bullet goes off. This one hits the Brachiosaurus's leg, and it starts rolling and accidentally steps on the Therizinosaurus, crushing and a few other herbivores underneath it. But close by to the sniper, are two Pachycephalosaurids, a Stygimoloch and a Pachycephalosaurus, and they charge. The sniper swaps out his sniper for his assault rifle. He opens fire, killing the Stygimoloch, but not the young Pachycephalosaurus, who breaks his ribs and stomps on him. But he's not dead, and he musters all of his strength to survive, and he picks up his gun and uses it as a melee weapon. As the Pachycephalosaurus tries to get up, the barrel hits its eye. The poacher will die soon, but he is about to face a well-deserved death. Eaten alive, he's surrounded, and before he can pick his gun up to strike, they all pounce on him and start tearing him apart. His screams echo through the plains as the three Dilophosaurus rip him to a fine red mist. The Dilophosaurus boss tries to rip off the leg, but then is soon interrupted by rumbling. This isn't the herd towards me, no. He runs. So does Stripe, so does Callum. Stop.